Welcome back, everyone. It's time to cruise away again with our amazing team of travel gurus putting together amazing cruise and stay adventures around the world and unlocking the best deals in the business for you. Now, we're cruising in this show with vibrant and very different Virgin Voyages, the adults-only playground to have all the fun you can handle while visiting fascinating destinations around the world. This time, we have got a Greek and Turkish delight dream away for May with an extra upgrade if you're quick, and we'll be looking forward to 2026 with some early bird savings going transatlantic with Scarlet Lady. First up though, we are heading for Baltic Wonders and Nordic Nights for July in 2026 on a 19-night dream away to Northern Europe. We'll fly you first from Sydney over to London in the UK for 3 nights in a hotel there, and it's summertime in London. It's a great time to see it, let me tell you. Make sure you go to Madame Tussauds, the Waxwork Museum, because that's great fun to go and do. Make sure you spend some time taking the London Eye and getting the best views over the River Thames and the Houses of Parliament and Parliament Square and Buckingham Palace, and go shopping in Carnaby Street and Regent Street and Oxford Street. Ah, my word. Go and take in some shows in the West End as well. That will be a very, very busy 3 nights in London. You will love it. And then you'll hop on down to Portsmouth on the south coast, which is not that far away from Southampton, where most cruises go from the UK. And in Portsmouth, you will find Valiant Lady with Virgin Voyages. Now, she is the 2nd addition to their fleet, launched a couple of years ago. And when you're on board with Virgin, I know a lot of you know this already because you've already cruised Virgin, but if you haven't tried it yet, oh my word. When I say adults only playground, I really do mean that, because it's almost like there's no clocks anywhere. Nothing's on the clock. The great thing is that you can just enjoy what you want and when you want. You've got all of the dining on board included in your cruise fare, which is great. You've got Wi-Fi included all the way through your cruise, which is brilliant. Your soft drinks are all included, which is again is brilliant. Things like fitness classes are included too. And you know what? Everyone just has such a great time. They do things very, very differently on Virgin. They just have this life of their own. The dining is great because you can have, you know, sit down restaurants, really sociable restaurants. We just saw the Korean barbecue there, Gunbae, which is lovely. You know that the Virgin is all going to be about smiles on your faces and lots of vibrancy and lots of fun going on, lots of relaxation and recovery time. Fabulous healthy options as well. I mean, the great thing about cruising today is that it's not all about heavy, great big food anymore. It's about something for everyone. Whatever you want to enjoy, it will be there for you. But there'll always be a great party on board. There's a great personality to the ship, to the brand, to everything that happens on board. And you can see it's a great place to kind of meet people. You'll end up meeting people on your cruise that you'll holiday with for years and years and years to come. Everything is great fun. And I think actually if you're exploring places that you haven't been to before, it's great to then come back on board the ship and that lovely familiarity and just how much is included. I mean, you notice the price of everything these days, don't you, when you're out and about? So to come back on board the ship and know that you're not dipping into your pocket every 5 minutes is a really lovely feeling. And Virgin is all about that. Everyone having a great time and everything being hassle-free. So we're sailing out of Portsmouth in the south of the UK, a day at sea to Hamburg in Germany. The port itself is spectacular, by the way. Very, very nice indeed. You've got wonderful churches, cathedrals, there's museums in the city as well, including the V&A. A day at sea and we're in Copenhagen in Denmark. You can stroll along the canal here. You can take in the Nyhavn harbour that you see at the top there. Wonderful markets to see the old sailing ships as well, and also the National Museum. A day at sea and we are in Stockholm in Sweden. We're here for 2 days, so we've got an overnight stay, so you can maybe do something in the evening as well if you want to. The sail in and out of Stockholm is spectacular, and it's beautiful, and there's a lovely old town which you can wander around. And of course there's the ABBA Museum, which lots of people like to go and visit. Next, we head on to Tallinn in Estonia. This is beautiful, very, very different to everywhere we've been so far. This is a medieval town, very small city, in fact, actually very, very nice indeed, and just a big tourist hotspot. A couple of days at sea and we are in Oslo in Norway, where you can step back in time to the days of the Vikings. There's also, if you are a culture vulture, there's the Munch Museum here as well, full of his paintings. Wonderful modern art museum there as well. You'll sail back after 2 days at sea into Portsmouth, and then we will fly you back from London back to Sydney. Tell you what a holiday. What a variety of different ports as well. And I love the fact, look at the itinerary there. It's embark, day at sea, port, day at sea, port, day at sea. Couple of ports, day at sea, port, day at sea. You know why that is? It's so that you can have the best of both worlds. It's so that you can explore all of these amazing places, but it also means, okay, I was in Stockholm today and I went on a tour, or I was busy walking the city. I've got my 10,000 steps in. I'm tired. Come back on board the ship, not too tired to join the party. And we've got a day at sea tomorrow to chill out, relax, enjoy and recover before we go on to the next port. This is what Virgin are all about, because it's going to be a very, very lively cruise. You'll love it. Anyway, listen, let's get to price tags, because we're making early bird savings here to sail Virgin in Northern Europe in 2026. So we include your flight to and from London, 3 nights in a hotel there, and 2 weeks of Valiant Lady cruising with Virgin to and from Portsmouth for a price tag where you consider all the dinings included on the cruise and your Wi-Fi and so many other inclusions as well. Check out this for a price tag with your time in London there as well. That is superb. And look, we're away for, what is it, 19 nights here? Yeah, 19 nights. That's a brilliant offering. Wonderful, really interesting mix of destinations, nicely paced cruise, all the flights sorted, and your hotel stay in London. Love it. Really, really good. Now, if you want to upgrade, let's have a little look at the prices for that. Your price is based on an insider, which is an inside stateroom, which are wonderful. They're very, very modern staterooms, actually. Lots of extra little touches that you don't necessarily see with other cruise lines as well. You can upgrade to a sea view, which is an ocean view as we traditionally know it in the cruise industry. Virgin call them sea view. And your balcony is a sea terrace, and it not only has table and chairs, but it has a red hammock as well. Why not? Virgin do everything differently, I told you. It's a wonderful adults only playground to enjoy, and if you want to enjoy that trip, you're taking advantage of an early bird saving right now by calling us on 1300 412 358. Remember, that number is toll free and it connects you to one of our team here in Oz, who have lots and lots of cruise experience as well. They are amazing. They're really, really good, actually, and they've been on board the ships as well, so they know Virgin inside out. They know what is included, what isn't included, what the staterooms are like, what you need, what the you know, the special party nights are and everything. And I'll tell you more about those in just a moment. But if you like the idea of what you've seen so far, there are more Virgin Voyages on the way. But if you haven't yet cruised, just take a look at just some of the things that you are missing out on right now.
When you choose to cruise, you'll experience one of the best value holidays with so much included as standard. Your floating resort will take you to multiple destinations in one trip, where you'll wake up to a new view every day and only have to unpack once. Your en-suite accommodation will have everything you need to feel right at home, with a daily service provided by your personal cabin steward. Around the ship, you'll have the opportunity to take part in various activities, which can include quizzes, dance classes, game shows, movie screenings, lectures, and much more. If that sounds too much, then feel free to relax, unwind, and watch the world go by in a solarium or around one of the pools, or even in a hot tub. If you're cruising with a family, then the little ones will be well taken care of, with a range of kids clubs available for all ages from morning till late. Plus, no matter the age, everyone can have a thrilling time with rock climbing walls, zip lines, water parks, skating, simulators, and even bumper cars. When it comes to food, you'll never go hungry on a cruise, with options available right around the clock. Enjoy fine dining with waiter service in one of the main restaurants, or opt for something more casual in the self-service buffet. There's also snacks and room service available too. And as the sun goes down, that's when the ship really comes to life. Every evening, you'll be spoilt for choice when it comes to entertainment, from Broadway-style shows in the lavish theatre to live music, comedy, karaoke, silent discos, as well as onboard nightclubs, allowing you to dance the night away. So, if you want more holiday for less dollar, make sure you choose to cruise.
Karaoke, you say? What's your karaoke song? I'll have a little think about that. Sounds good though, doesn't it? Sounds really, really good. And the brilliant thing is that it's all just a few footsteps away. It's all just over there or up there or down there. It's all there for you on the ship. It's so, so good. Well, in this show, we are cruising with Virgin Voyages, and next we are going to do a transatlantic Spain and Morocco trip. It's 21 nights in all, and again, we're taking advantage of an early bird saving right now because we're planning for April in 2026. Yeah, that's how organised you can be with these cruise and stay packages. And some of the cruise lines are already booking into early 2027 as well, by the way, so never too early to start planning. Anyway, on this one, we fly first from Sydney over to Miami in the States. And if you've never been to Miami before, good news, because we've got 3 nights in a hotel here. It's a wonderful, wonderful part of the States to kind of get to know. I love America. I just love America. It's crazy and bonkers, and it's so different, and I love the variety of dining, and I just love the way everything works there. Miami is super, super cute. It's like another world. Lots of different aspects and districts to Miami as well to enjoy. It looks incredible. And then we join Virgin Voyages on their very, very first ship, which was Scarlet Lady. And I remember being on board when she first launched in very early 2020. She first launched, so she still feels absolutely brand new. And as soon as I got on board, I got it straight away. What a cool place to be. I mean, there is so much modern on board, and it's so relaxed, and it's so not stuffy, not formal, very casual, very comfortable. I was talking to you about parties when you're on board, and this goes for any of these offers or any of the Virgin ships, by the way. They have a couple, rather than having like super formal nights, not really Virgin Sea, but they do have some party nights. So they'll have, instead of a white night, which a lot of cruise lines do, they have a scarlet night. Of course, Virgin's colour, isn't it? Red. So everyone gets dressed up in their red. And they also have pyjama party as well. But the pyjama party happens up on deck, outside. So you've got to have some suitable pyjamas. What do you think? Are you going to buy a new onesie or something like that for that party? That'd be brilliant. Great fun. Anyway, let's talk about some of that dining that's on board, because there is, you know, all of the restaurants, and there are like 20 plus different places to eat on board these ships, and they're all included, like Razzle Dazzle, which is a lovely, lovely restaurant, like a traditional restaurant as we know them on the cruise ships, which is really, really nice. Do lots and lots of variety of different menus there. They have the galley there, which has more sort of quick and casual street food like bento boxes and sushi and tacos and burgers and things like that, available 24 hours a day, by the way. They've also got the test kitchen there as well, which is part school and part restaurant, where you can learn to make a dish and then you can enjoy it as well. It's a bit like a science lab on board with Virgin, which sounds nice. There's a Mexican restaurant called Pink Agave on board, which is really nice. Authentic Mexican dishes there for you, with, I'm sure, accompanying margaritas on offer for you if you want. There's the Korean barbecue that we saw earlier, Gumbay, and I'll tell you about some more a little bit later on, because we need to start cruising out of Miami for 14 nights. First 8 days at sea across the Atlantic, and we are in the Canary Islands into Las Palmas, Gran Canaria, which is a lovely volcanic landscape. It's a beautiful island, year-round sunshine there. and lots to do right the way across the island actually. A day at sea and we nip across to North Africa to Casablanca in Morocco, the largest city there, where you can see the old Medina. You can go to the Morocco Mall there, you can go to the souks and haggle there for your shopping wonders. Before, after a day at sea, we cruise into Valencia. Valencia in Spain is just beautiful. Spectacular cathedral there. There's the Silk Exchange. There's the Central Market for you to go and explore. Lots of trails in Albufera. Lovely. And then we end the cruise in Barcelona, and that's where we say goodbye to Scarlet Lady. But Barcelona, we've got to spend some time here, haven't we? It's a wonderful city. So we've booked you into a hotel for 3 nights in Barcelona before you fly back to Sydney. And my words, you will love it, because it's just, again, a city of so many contrasts. You've got the countryside next to the hustle and bustle of the city. You've got Barceloneta, which is the beach. And the waterfront area, which is stunning. You've got all of Gaudi's wonderful architecture in the city. You've got the most spectacular roundabouts and decoration in the city, entertainment galore, restaurants galore. So you need time in that city. So you've got 3 nights there in a hotel before we then fly you back to Sydney. Again, look at variety of travel here. I love this. And I do love the fact that we've got the good chunk of sea days here between Miami and the Canary Islands, because that you will just have a completely different holiday. Because, you know, from then on, from when you arrive in the Canary Islands, then we're exploring the ports. Then we're talking about where we're going. When you're going transatlantic from Miami over to the Canary Islands, that's all about the ship. That's all about what's going on the ship. And they know how to party on Virgin Voyages. But I don't want you to misunderstand what I mean by that. It's a great time, but it's also a nice relaxed time as well. So don't think you'll be partying 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, unless you want to, because you can completely relax and chill out as well. And it is for cruisers of all ages as well. It's not just for those 20-somethings, you know, it's for all of us. So another corker of an early bird saving now for you for your 2026 Virgin cruising. And this DreamAway package includes your flight from Sydney to Miami, 3 nights in a hotel there, 2 weeks of cruising on Scarlet Lady with Virgin Voyages, cruising across the Atlantic to the Canary Islands and Spain, ending in Barcelona, 3 nights there in a hotel included, and your flight back to Sydney. I have no idea how we've managed to do all of that for this. Let's just have a little think about that. Your flight from Sydney to Miami, your hotel stay in Miami, your 2 weeks of cruising with all of your dining and Wi-Fi and so much more included, and then 3 nights in Barcelona and your flight back to Sydney. How have we done that? This is an early bird saving. You can book it with a deposit today as well. So just talk to our amazing team. Let's check out the upgrades then, because that's a good place to start. An amazing place to start. You've got Sea View, you've got Sea Terrace. They have the most amazing suites on board with Virgin as well. I mean, there are all different grades of suites as well. So talk to the team. You can go up to what's called a Rockstar suite, which is massive and even includes a baby grand piano. Oh, it's crazy. And that also, if you go for a suite, it gives you exclusive access to Richard's Rooftop, which is an exclusive area just for suite sailors, because Virgin call their passengers sailors. So you must say ahoy when you get on board. Brilliant, isn't it? It's just great. Everything about cruising with Virgin is just great fun. So listen, if you want to know more, you can put a low deposit on that today. Talk to the team, 1300 412 358, and we'll get everything sorted for you. And we deal with all of the Virgin cruises, by the way. All 3 of her ships. It's 3, is it 4 of her ships? 4 of her ships now she has, isn't it? Yes, it's 4 ships now, isn't it? Scarlet Lady, Valiant Lady, Resilient Lady, and she has been resistant as well, and Brilliant Lady, which is on the way as well. Right, let's take another offer then, shall we? And this time it's Greece and Turkish Delight. This is an 18-night package, and it starts on the 14th of May, like very, very soon. We're going to fly first from Sydney, this time to Athens in Greece, and we're going to spend 3 nights there in a hotel. Well, listen, Athens needs no introduction whatsoever, really, does it? You have got so many experiences that you can have there. And it's very much like stepping back in time. It's like old meets new, isn't it? You've got the most amazing sights to go and see and visit and wander around and enjoy the sunshine. And then in the city itself, you've got the most incredible shopping, cafe culture and dining as well. Then it's time for us to cruise, and this time we are cruising on Resilient Lady, which is ship number 3 with Virgin Voyages. They're all pretty much identical. And they are amazing. You might wonder what that is, by the way, when the lady was shaking the phone then and then a bottle of champagne appeared. There is something you can do on board via the Virgin app, which is shake for champagne while you're on board. Now, obviously, that's something you'll treat yourself to as a little bit of an extra, but it's something you can control via the app, which is quite clever. You can also, instead of having drinks packages on board, they have something called a bar tab. So what you do is you decide what you want to put behind the bar, essentially, in US dollars, and then you can spend that rather than, you know, one person, one drink. You could buy a whole round of drinks with that. You could buy a whole bottle of something in one go rather than buying it drink by drink if you want to. Something you can talk to the team about doing. It's just, again, that's just another new and modern way of Virgin doing things, because if you think about it, there have been a lot of cruise lines around for a long time. So when Virgin came into the cruise market, they were like, okay, how can we do this differently? And so it's a really refreshing difference. The entertainment, by the way, is superb on board. If you love karaoke, brilliant. You could treat you and whoever you are with to a private karaoke room if you want to. They've got the Manor nightclub on board. They've got brilliant entertainment in the theatre itself, by the way, and not necessarily a traditional sort of theatre setting. Things happen very, very differently. Everything's very dynamic on board. They have live DJs on board, being Virgin, of course. They have Virgin Records, the record store is on board for you as well. So, you know, this is far from a regular and ordinary cruise. It's great fun. The team on board are there just to make life so much fun for you. And you can see it's quite high octane in terms of the fun, the party and the entertainment as well. You will love this. Right, are you ready to cruise then? We've had our time in Athens, remember. We've had 3 nights in a hotel there, and we are setting off from Piraeus, which is the port for Athens itself, which is lovely. And our first day is at sea, which is wonderful to get to know the ship. And we're in Istanbul in Turkey, big tourist hotspot. We're here for 2 days, which is great. Lots of different sides to the city. There are wonderful bazaars and mosques and shopping and other attractions for you to enjoy. Virgin will have shore thing excursions for you to take as well if you want to treat yourself to those. We'll move on after a day at sea to Kuşadası in Turkey, where you can visit the Temple of Artemis there. Ephesus, not far away either, the House of the Virgin Mary, and you can have a traditional Turkish bath here as well, which sounds very, very nice. Next, we cruise on to Mykonos, where you can head down to Little Venice. You can go to the windmills at Delos, which are very, very nice indeed, used by the Venetians to mill their flour in the 16th century. Who knew? You do now. Next, we cruise on to Rhodes, which is the former site of the Colossus, of course, one of the 7 ancient wonders of the world. And there's lots of history here. It's absolutely steeped in it. But head to the Valley of the Butterflies if you get the chance as well. Santorini, which is all about being picturesque and beautiful. This is all about your Instagram photos here, I have to say. It's one of the prettiest places. Lots and lots of people go here just to be married in front of those beautiful buildings. Then we cruise on to Crete, to Hania. The old harbour here is absolutely beautiful, very cute shopping. You can take bike tours or you can take a horse and carriage tour around Hania as well. It has a very, very nice maritime museum there too. We disembark in Piraeus after a day at sea, and we stay here for another night in a hotel. This is quite nice, isn't it? Because you might well have met somebody on the cruise and said to them, well, we had a lovely stay in Athens before we got on the cruise. And someone will say to you, oh, did you see the so-and-so and so-and-so? And you say, oh, no, we missed that. But you have an extra night in a hotel in Athens before you then fly back to Sydney. This is lovely. So this is great actually in terms of guilt-free holidaying, because you are absolutely indulgently holidaying with Virgin Voyages, but you're picking up a little bit of culture and a little bit of history along the way as well. So you come back with some stories, you come back with some real travel knowledge and experience. You've been to some real bucket list ticking places here, which is superb. Now, if you're quick on this one, there's an extra upgrade for this Greek and Turkish Delights package for you for May. It's a bit of a last minute one, this one, but we include in the package your flights to and from Athens, from Sydney of course, a total of 4 nights in a hotel in Athens, and your Resilient Lady Virgin Voyage, including overnight in Istanbul. Now, your inside price is here for the whole package. I mean, it's so inclusive as well, the offering. Remember, all of the dining, the Wi-Fi and fitness classes and soft drinks, all included, and all the pools and the entertainment on board, all included in that cruise fare there. Now, for some of you, and it won't be everyone, we've got an offer on this one because it's almost sold out. For an extra $800 more, upgrade to a Sea View, which is Virgin's Ocean View, and we'll upgrade you again to the doors of your sea terrace balcony, which not only have your table and chairs out there, but a red swinging hammock as well. Brilliant. You are going to have to be quick though to take up that offer. Let's just confirm that offer on screen for you. So remember, this is subject to availability. The cruise, remember, the holiday starts in May. It isn't that far away. People are being very, very organised these days about booking ahead, because booking ahead is about locking in good prices today. Yes, of course, there are last-minute opportunities available sometimes, but that gives you less choice. That gives you, less freedoms. People are booking way ahead of time right now, but this is a late opportunity that goes in May, where for some of you, for a limited period, we can, if you go for the Sea View upgrade, we'll upgrade you again to a sea terrace. But once the sea terraces are full, that offer then is obviously closed. And bear in mind, this is a Europe cruise, so it's not just us here in Oz who have this offer and have our eyes on this cruise, but it's cruisers from America, it's cruisers across Europe, it's cruisers across the world basically that want to try, because Virgin Voyages is still fairly new into the cruising scene. So lots of people are having their first taste and their first try. So an offer like this will be snapped up very, very quickly. So act upon that now if you fancy that. 1300 412 358 is our toll-free telephone line. And of course, if you've got any questions about Virgin Voyages themselves, our team have amazing knowledge. They've been on the ships as well. They know them inside out. They know what you need to take and what you don't need to take and what to expect on board, all of those kind of things. If you've got any questions, please do always just call us and ask the question. If we don't know straight away, we'll find out. But remember, what we specialise in here at CruiseAway is cruise. That is our speciality. And we work with cruise lines, airlines, hotel brands, tour operators around the world to build these amazing packages and keep the prices super, super low for you as well. Thank you as always for your company. It's been great seeing you again, and come back again and cruise away very soon with us here on Gecko. See you soon.